Namaskar. Good morning to all my viewers. Today we are going to track a journey of a student who in his very young age, that is after his 12th standard, went to Germany to pursue his further education in engineering. Now the branch, what he has taken is business and engineering. All of us are very curious to know how a person, how a student can go to Germany, because all of us have heard that there is a free education in Germany. That means there is no tuition fee per se when we are talking about German education system. How is it? Why is it? And is this so? So there are many questions in front of our viewers. So let us track the journey. And to talk about all this, I have today invited Master Soham Chimote. As I already told you, he is doing his engineering in Germany. So without any further delay, I'll just call Soham here. Welcome, Soham.
Hello, good morning. Thank you very much for having me here.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Everything's good.
So, as I was talking to the viewers that you are doing is you are engineering, and apart from that, when I was talking to you, I got to know that you have done your 10th, 12th, everything from Nagpur, place Nagpur, correct?
Yeah.
Now, having said that, how was your journey? We all are very eager to understand that how from that city onwards to Germany you flew and what happened afterwards. So, but before dwelling into all that journey, let me understand Soham as a person. So, tell me something about yourself.
So there are two aspects to Soham as a person. One is before Germany and one is after Germany, because Germany puts a lot of effect on a person's personality. So
Okay.
before Germany, I would explain Soham as an ambivert, an
Mm-hmm.
introvert and an extrovert as well. And after Germany or during Germany, I will I will be on the extrovert side because the journey makes you so. Because it is the primary requirement of living alone in a foreign country that you need to be
Okay.
extrovert so that you can, gel with people.
True, true, true. Very true. So, how was your journey when you were studying here in India during your 12th standard, during your 10th standard? How was it here in India? Which school you went to? And what were your dreams? And at what point of time exactly, Soham, you decided that you want to do engineering? Because as I understand, your elder brother is doing his law. So, why engineering from your end?
Okay, so first of all, I studied from Bhavans BP Vidya Mandir in Nagpur. It is one of the most famous schools in Nagpur. So it was around during my ninth standard. I was at a farewell party of my father's his friend's his son who was going to Germany for his bachelor's, and I asked my father a question: How is education in Germany? I had no
Mhm.
idea back then what is it. So little by little I got curious about things because as a child living in India and I hadn't visited foreign when I was a child. So everything seems so good in Europe, in America. You have that want to visit a European country. So because of that want, I started searching about things. And you know today in internet you can find absolutely everything. It is
Mhm.
just a type away everything. So I started searching and searching and searching. I used to do rigorous searching more than studying. I used to do searching. So
But
I
that
got to
I
know
won't
about.
advise the students, huh? Don't do that.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Please don't do that. Okay, yes, please.
Yeah, I was a child back then. So
Mm-hmm.
I used to do rigorous searching. I joined various Facebook groups. I got to know about things, and the interest in going to Germany started growing back then. I started looking for options. When can I go? Then the second step was to convince my parents. As you mentioned, my brother was in law doing it in India, and for the smaller child to completely shift to another country, it is difficult for the parents, right? So
Mm-hmm.
convincing them
I can
that.
understand.
And regarding the field, actually I discovered till my 12th standard that I am not entirely inclined towards engineering. I like
Mm-hmm.
engineering, but only some aspects. Uh,
Okay.
and I was also interested in some business subjects
Okay.
because I have done my 11th, 12th in science plus
Mm-hmm.
mathematics, and till 10th I had some business subjects with me, so I had a bit of experience in that as well. So I wanted a course in which I can take some engineering subjects and take some business subjects. I can have a blend of that basically. So
Mm-hmm.
first we search in India, obviously, because there's a trend in India that we need to give the JE mains, we need to give them its CET. Yeah, so I searched in India, but it was very difficult to find such a course to have a
A
blend
blend.
business and engineering. I
Right
found
now
such.
they're in the bachelors because it's you can find it in masters sometimes, but in bachelors, right, in bachelors after your 12th standard, the blend is a little difficult. That's what we have understood or we have researched maybe. Because many parents to us also come when we do psychometric analysis, because I'm a founder of a platform called Breakthrough Higher Education. So when parents come to me with the wish and want that maybe my child wants to do engineering and business both, then sometimes we have to advise that you can do it better during your masters, but in bachelors this type of a blend in India is a little rare occurrence. So हम आपने ये डिसाइड किया कि आपको बिजनेस भी करना है और इंजीनियरिंग भी करना है, तो उसके बाद आपने जर्मनी जाने के लिए क्या-क्या तैयारी की और ये तैयारी आपने कब से शुरू की? 11th से शुरू
Okay,
की, 10th से की, 12th से की, आपने कब शुरू की ये तैयारी?
ओके, तो जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि नाइन्थ में मेरे मन में फर्स्ट टाइम ये आइडिया आया था, तो वो आइडिया का फ्रॉम मेयर आइडिया टू अ डिसीजन, ये जो
हुँ, हुँ,
था उसको अराउंड 1 साल लग गया, 1 डेढ़ साल
हुँ,
यू कैन से। और स्टार्टिंग ऑफ 11th मेरा डिसाइड हो गया था कि आई विल बी गोइंग टू जर्मनी आफ्टर माई 12th स्टैंडर्ड। सो
हुँ, हुँ,
अभी व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप? सो
हुँ,
नाम ही, यू कैन सी इट इन द नेम दैट द नेम इज जर्मनी, तो उनकी प्राइमरी
हुँ,
लैंग्वेज है जर्मन। सो द
ओके,
फर्स्ट थिंग, द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग जो है जर्मनी जाने के लिए, वो है लर्निंग जर्मन। द मोस्ट
हुँ,
इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग, इट इज द एब्सोल्युटली द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग। तो मैंने 11th में मैंने धीरे 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 लैंग्वेज लर्न करना चालू किया। देर आर टोटल 6 लेवल्स, A1 A2 B1 B2 एंड C1 C2। सो मैंने
हुँ,
A1 से स्टार्ट किया। मैंने नागपुर में ही एक ट्यूशन लगाया था A1 का, और आई स्टार्टेड स्लोली बिकॉज आई वाज आल्सो साइड बाय साइड प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर माय जेईई एंड सीईटी एज वेल। तो जितना मैं टाइम निकाल सकता था उसके लिए मैं निकाल रहा था। आई वाज लर्निंग जर्मन। और जैसे ही मैंने 12th में ट्रांसेंड किया, वो बीच का जो गैप, आई एवरीथिंग आई यूटिलाइज्ड इन लर्निंग जर्मन। तो बिकॉज
नहीं
आई विल टेल यू व्हाई।
सुनो एक मिनट सुन, अभी हम लोग जर्नी स्टेप वाइज ट्रैक करते हैं। अगर कोई बच्चा अपने यहाँ 10th स्टैंडर्ड का ये प्रोग्राम देख रहा है, इफ समवन इज वाचिंग इन देयर 10th स्टैंडर्ड दिस
ओके,
प्रोग्राम, many of our viewers are in that area, so what would we suggest them? Because in totality both of us should be able to give them a timeline. So when you are in 10th standard, usually if a child wants to go to USA, then we say that okay, sat dena shuru karo, just start your preparation or give your AP, and the timeline is that you have to apply 1 year in advance. That means 11th के जुलाई अगस्त के आसपास आपको एप्लीकेशन करना चाहिए अगर आपको यूएसए जाना है अपने बैचलर्स के लिए, तो विदाउट वेस्टिंग ईयर। क्या यही सिस्टम जर्मनी में भी होता है? Do you apply after your 11th standard?
yes, so similar to USA, we need to apply 1 year, 1 year ahead, 1 year before the studies start. तो 11th के end में, I would say during November December your application should be put in, because बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटीज में एप्लीकेशन करना पड़ता है। वी नीड टू कीप आवर ऑप्शंस ओपन, अगर लास्ट मोमेंट कोई चेंजेस करने पड़े तो उसके लिए भी टाइम रहना चाहिए। सो आइडियल टाइम स्लॉट फॉर अप्लाइंग वुड बी नवंबर डिसंबर इन योर 11th स्टैंडर्ड इफ यू वांट टू गो आफ्टर योर 12th स्टैंडर्ड। एंड जैसे सैट वगैरह है या अमेरिका एडमिशन के लिए, वैसा कोई रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है जर्मन एडमिशंस का फॉर बैचलर्स। मास्टर्स के लिए अलग है। फॉर बैचलर्स यू ओनली नीड टू गिव योर IELTS
Mhm.
एग्जाम टू प्रूव योर इंग्लिश प्रोफिशिएंसी, और रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से यू नीड टू गिव द जर्मन एग्जाम्स। But it is a bit different for masters. Masters may now some colleges have introduced GRE as well. कि उन्हें GRE की भी जरूरत है एडमिशंस के लिए.
So we are
तो
only tracking bachelors. We are not talking about
ओके,
masters.
ओके,
We are
ओनली
not talking
बैचलर्स.
about
ओके.
masters. We are tracking your journey. So क्या हुआ उसके बाद क्या हुआ? After 11th, you started applying क्योंकि we have heard and we know that there is a 13th year in Germany. So what about that? So still you have to apply after your 11th standard?
Yes, we have to apply after the 11th standard because the process takes time. थोड़ा सा एडमिशन वगैरह
Okay.
के लिए टाइम लगता है. तो एज यू
Mhm.
सेड कि 13th ईयर वगैरह था, तो उसमें भी अलग अलग प्रकार के 13th ईयर वी हैव डिफरेंट पाथ्स दैट वी कैन फॉलो. तो टू कीप दैट
What
इन
you
माइंड,
followed? What you followed?
okay, so I did a student colleague, which is a 13th year in Germany. It is a
Okay.
1 year bridging course between your 12th standard and the bachelor's.
Mhm.
So for that, I had to apply 1 year earlier.
Mhm.
So basically, student colleague होता है 11th and 12th standard का syllabus प्लस थोड़ा सा हमारे फर्स्ट ईयर ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग का सिलेबस, सो दैट वी कैन जेल इन क्विकली इन द जर्मन सिस्टम. सो
Mhm.
हमें एक और चॉइस होता है कि हम इंडिया में फर्स्ट ईयर करके वहां कंटिन्यू करें. इट इज ऑल्सो
Mhm.
गुड चॉइस, बट आई वॉन्टेड टू जेल इन टू द जर्मन कल्चर, उनका स्टडी सिस्टम समझना था बिफोर आई स्टार्ट बैचलर्स. इसलिए आई चोज टू टेक अ 13th ईयर इन जर्मनी इटसेल्फ. इट इज एडवाइजेबल एज वेल, क्योंकि हमें वहाँ अपॉर्चुनिटीज समझ में आती है, क्योंकि फ्रॉम द बैचलर्स इट गेट्स अ बिट डिफिकल्ट, द स्टडीज गेट अ बिट डिफिकल्ट. तो अगर तब हम हमारे कंफर्ट जोन में रहेंगे, तब हम ऑलरेडी हमें हमारा घर मिल गया होगा जर्मनी में, तो इट इज अ बिट इजियर टू गो फॉरवर्ड.
So what happened after your 12th board exams? You started your application process to different German universities when you were in 11th standard. After that, you cleared your 12th board exams because it is very essential to get good marks in 12th board exams because Germans see only academics and there are no other entry level exams. So it's very important to score good marks in 12th standard, 12th board exam to whatever board you belong to. And after that, what happened? After 12th, what you did?
Okay, so after 12th, because 12th खत्म हुआ मेरा around April May, and by then I had already done many applications और मुझे एक दो admit letters आ गए थे. And by the end of May June मेरा डिसीजन हो गया था कि मुझे कौन से स्टूडेंट कॉलेज में जाना है. तो बेसिकली मेरा एक बड़ा गैप हो गया था फ्रॉम जून टू जनवरी आफ्टर माय 12th बोर्ड्स. सो क्योंकि जर्मनी में, एज आई सेड कि जर्मन इंपॉर्टेंट है, मैंने सिर्फ ये पूरा टाइम जर्मन में इन्वेस्ट किया. एंड और कोई मेरे पास मतलब कुछ करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है ना, क्योंकि एग्जाम्स ही नहीं होते, वी डोंट हैव एनी एंट्रेंस एग्जाम्स. सो द ओनली प्राइम फोकस फॉर मी आफ्टर द 12th बोर्ड्स वाज एनहांसिंग माय जर्मन, बिकॉज तब तो आई कैन इन्वेस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम इन जर्मन, राइट, बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव टू डू एनीथिंग.
So when you were applying in your 11th standard, was it for student college or was it for engineering college?
Okay, so actually, we cannot directly apply to a student college without an admission in a university. तो कुछ student college ऐसे होते हैं which give us a conditional admission in a bachelor's university with the student college admit as well. Conditional as in conditional का meaning है there is a condition you need to fulfill, that you need to pass the final exam of the student college, which is called the FSP. So that is the condition of admission in the bachelor's if you have a conditional admit. So basically Germany में system कैसा है कि FSP, the exam after student colleague, and your 12th standard, इन दोनों के मार्क्स को 50-50% कंसिडर किया जाता है, and on the basis of that you get admission in the bachelor's program. So yeah.
Okay. So, see, we are tracking the timeline. In 11th December around, you started applying for different universities for engineering admission systems, correct? And you may get till your 12th standard as it ends around 12th ending, you may get 1 or 2 admits or 3 or 4 admits depending upon the universities you have applied to for your engineering, but it is a conditional admit. And the conditions which are put forth are that you must pass your student college, that is FSP exam. When you pass your FSP exam, this conditional admit is changed to unconditional admit. Is that so?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Now, what is the German language requirement? And there is one thing called as English taught program, and another is called as German taught program. Now,
Hmm.
the difference is obvious that once the engineering degree will happen or will be taught in German language, complete German language. And in the second case, the complete degree program will be taught in English language. So, how necessary is it? Because you had been stressing about the German language proficiency. So, I would like to
Mhm.
understand how, because you had been there to the land, you have observed what happens when you go there. What are the nitty gritties? So, sitting here and saying that German language is necessary and going there and stressing that German language is really necessary in spite of you going to an English taught engineering program or an English taught even student college program also. So we would like to understand how important it is or what is the importance of German language learning and till what level you have to minimum have the understanding of German language when you are going to an English taught program per se.
Okay, so as you already mentioned that I am in an English taught bachelor's program. So my first motivation to learn German was there was a requirement in my English taught program that I need to complete the A2 level.
Okay.
But
Yeah, so
uh,
we will stop here. We will stop here. That A2 level, your college was an English taught. Still, they said that you must know A2 level German language. Is that so?
yes,
So,
yes,
if out there anybody is thinking in this way that whether we do in German language, we know or we don't know, doesn't matter, is not so. You minimum should know A2 German. Is it?
yes, you
Okay.
should
Okay.
absolutely know. Yeah.
Okay. Now, further, what happened after that?
Okay, so after I did my A2, because
Mm-hmm.
till then I had made many contacts in Germany, so I knew a bit that how German is important. So I studied further and did my B1. But as
Okay.
soon as I landed in Germany, as soon as
Mm-hmm.
we land in Germany, our primary language completely shifts from Hindi, Marathi to German because their
Hmm.
people do not at all converse in English. You need to converse in German.
Okay.
So because how would you feel at home if you don't speak the home language?
Hmm.
Away from the
Correct.
family,
True.
living alone, you need to know the language of that land. It is
Hmm.
absolute necessity.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
would give you an example, small example. So Technische Hochschule Hamburg, it is a university in Hamburg. There's a professor teaching the in an English taught program. There was a interview. In that interview, she mentioned that though my program is in English, why would I recommend my student to a German company if he doesn't know German?
Hmm.
Up to studies, it is okay, but you are
Hmm.
not only going to be studying all the time, right? You are going to be
Correct.
socializing. You need to
Hmm.
do jobs, you need to do
Hmm.
practicals, and they
Hmm.
are
Hmm. Hmm.
not at all comfortable in speaking in English.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, at any point of time, have you felt any pressure when you went there? Because you were so young. After your 12th standard in the month of Jan, you have flown down to Germany. So, and you have started your student college as well. So, was there any pressure? Any emotional trauma, any pressure? Were you homesick? Or, and as you correctly mentioned, that just to feel like home, you must know the language. Then only you can converse with people. Apart from that, the day-to-day living.
Mhm.
What was the experience like? You were living alone, or you were sharing, or you were cooking home, or you were eating out, and what exactly is the lifestyle when you go
Okay, so naturally, till the 12th standard, all of us are living with our parents. We don't have the experience of living alone. And then suddenly shifting to a completely different environment. It is one thing shifting to a different city in India, and it is one thing shifting to a foreign country. In India, at least you have people similar to you around you. But in Germany, you're completely not aware of what things are happening around you,
there?
and you are getting constant cultural shocks because as soon as you land हमें differences पता चलते हैं जर्मनी और इंडिया में, और वो
Mm-hmm.
shocks को we have to bear ourselves because we don't have anyone with us. I
Hmm.
had 3 to 4 people with me who are going with me, but there is a difference. We cannot communicate with everybody, right? So that was the biggest culture shock, and my first 10 days in Germany were really, really difficult, giving the emotional aspect, because it was the first time I was living, and it was completely new. Every day I had different shocks. How is this? How is that? And it was a bit difficult to bear with things. So the first one, you can consider the month as well. The first month goes in understanding the things, getting adapted to the environment. That is why I'm saying that you need to learn German, because easily you get adapted to things easily, because everything seems so nice, so good when you are in India, but you won't relate to what I'm saying right now. Once you reach Germany, then you will really understand what home really is. So, regarding the day-to-day life, again, there is a drastic change. In India, everything was given to you in your hand. Your mom would cook food for you. The financials were taken care of by the father. There was grandmother or grandfather who would take care of you. But in Germany, you need to take care of everything by yourself, from shopping to cooking to keeping your house clean to maintaining yourself and studying and arranging your financials. Everything you have to do by your own.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So when we say that the education or the bachelor's education is free, what do we exactly mean by that? What was your experience? Because you also must have heard when we go from here to there, then there is no tuition fee per se. So what exactly does that mean? And is it really free?
Okay, so I would like to start off with this. There are two kinds of universities in Germany, private and public university. The public universities are the ones which are sponsored by the government. Sponsored means to research, to find new things. They are sponsored by the government to make new technologies and stuff. So there is a law in Germany that everybody has a right to education. So that everyone can afford that, they have completely removed out tuition fees in almost 99% of the universities. There are still some universities which take the tuition fees. So yes, there is no tuition fee, but there is a small semester contribution that you need to make every semester, around 100 euros, you can say 100 to 150 euros. But that also does not go to the college completely, because some of it is used for a semester card which you can use to travel free in your city. You can get
Okay.
various discounts on that card, so it is for yourself.
And how many kilometers that card is valid for travel?
It is generally valid in the entire city. It depends from
Entire
city
city.
city to city.
City.
Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay. So it is valid for cities, so you can travel using that card by any mode of transport.
by any mode of public transport, not private
Yeah,
transport.
yeah,
Yeah,
obviously. You cannot travel on a taxi, but you can definitely travel on a train. Okay.
exactly.
So yeah. So then after that, how exactly is this schedule in your college when you go to your college, because you're there to study, and meaning that we are first discussing about the student college, which is the 13th year. So I want to stress this issue that stress this point that there is a 13th year which Soham did in Germany, because
Yes.
he went from here to there and then he started with his student college, and when after his 12th standard he had almost 5 to 6 months here in India, and as he told us that by the time he was here he utilized that time in studying the German language, and he had admit letter of one of the universities for his engineering course. Is that so, Sohan?
Yes, I had
Okay,
admit.
you
Yeah.
had a admit and it was a conditional admit.
Yes.
Okay. So then, how much time does the visa take?
Okay, so generally after the visa interview is done, it takes around a month or two. But
Okay.
getting a visa date itself is a challenge, so you need to apply a bit early.
You need to apply early. So that means
Yeah.
you are just saying that these 6 months are not just sitting at home, but you have to do all these things. You have to apply for your visa, you get an interview, after that it will be stamped, and then you'll get your passport, and then everything has to be done simultaneously. So there are many things to be done. It's not only that you are doing only sitting home for 6 months. Next, you went there. You went to Germany. So what happened like when you were there at the airport? So you have pre-booked your apartment. Where would you stay? And you have searched it on the net, or how it happened? Or you were in a hostel, university hostel. As like in India, we say that बैचलर्स करने जा रहे हैं तो कॉलेज के ही हॉस्टल में रहेंगे क्योंकि बच्चा बहुत छोटा है अभी मेस में खाना खाएगा और हॉस्टल में रहेगा तो
Hmm.
what happens there?
Okay, so the German universities do not have a system at all of a hostel. There is a
Mhm.
student organization named Studentenwerk, which makes student hostels for students, but it is near to difficult to get a place in that because all the international students apply for that apartment. So,
Mhm.
what do you have to apply? Then, what do you have the options? So, basically, if you are more than one person, you can rent an entire apartment. There are many websites for that. If you are a single person, you can live in a Wohngemeinschaft, which is a WG. You can relate it to a PG. So
Mhm.
it is a shared apartment where you have your different room.
Mhm.
It can be three people, four people. You share the kitchen and the bathroom, and you have your own room. It is a
Mhm.
Wohngemeinschaft, PG.
Mhm.
And the third option will be there are temporary accommodations, but let's not go into that. It is a different aspect. Yeah.
Then how you must be carrying euros cash with you for going there. And after that, what exactly is the meaning of block account?
Okay, Germany has a system which ensures that no student coming from outside lives poorly in Germany. There is a standard of living in Germany which needs to be maintained. Every year it
Mhm.
changes according to the, the rates change every
Mhm.
year. So it is basically to ensure that the student has something to spend. Yeah.
Mhm.
So a blocked account is basically money that you block for 12 months. It is basically right now 861 euros per month.
Mhm.
So you need to block it for 12 months. So 861 into 12, which is 10,332 euros. You need to block
Mhm.
that into a German account. There is a system. You can easily find it online. You can block it
Okay.
there. So you don't have access to the entire money, 10,332, but you get it monthly, 861, 861. So, to
Okay.
ensure that you have something to spend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then after landing, immediately can you get the access to the money, or can you immediately from the day two you can start your part-time job, or what? How much time it takes? What is the gestation period after landing in Germany?
After landing in Germany, you don't get direct access to the blocked account. That is why you need to carry some cash and some money in the forex card, foreign exchange
Mhm.
card. Uh, you There is a thing called Anmeldung in Germany, which is in English called city registration. So as soon as you get an apartment and sign the rental contract, you need to register your name with that apartment in the German government. So then they give you an form which says that you are registered with this apartment in Germany, and using that form and your immigration stamp in your passport, you can unblock your account
Okay.
and have the monthly access to the money.
So for unblocking that amount, you have to go to the bank, and for that you must know the language. Is that so?
Exactly. So there was one incident with me. I entered a bank, and the first thing she saw, I am brown. So the
Mm.
first thing she said to me that I'll say it in German first. Kein English, nur Deutsch, which means
Hmm.
that no English, only German. As soon as I entered,
Hmm.
I haven't spoken a word. So the first thing she says, so you
So
can
that
understand things. How important
true.
it is, really.
How important it is, because you see these are nitty gritty things, but otherwise if you don't know then you have to take help of someone, and that someone you never know because you are alone out there. You cannot trust person beforehand because you're sharing then your personal or private things with them if you're asking someone else to do on your behalf. So it's always better to know the language. That's what we have learned or we have understood from you. So on. So after that, you have got the access to your block account now. You have settled in the apartment now, and now when can you start working part time? And what are the hours that you are allowed to work, and which type of work usually you find? Is this a university work? Is this or everything is legal, or what exactly is there?
So, as I have done a student colleague, I'll talk about that. So,
Mm-hmm.
generally, the person who does student colleague is not allowed to work during the student colleague. Again, it differs from state to state. There are people who work, but
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you start your bachelor's and you have the university name, you have enrolled in a university, a public or private university, then you are officially allowed to work 120 full days or 240 half days a year. uh,
Mm-hmm.
this is basically the requirement. So
Okay,
you
okay.
can have three kind of different jobs. There are mini jobs, there are time what is that called, part-time jobs, and you have
Mm-hmm.
university jobs. So mini
Okay.
jobs are so that you work very minimum hours, you can say 5 to 10 hours a week, and you earn around 450 euros. Tile site or part-time job are so that you can maximum work in a week 20 hours, or in
Hmm.
a month 80 hours, 4 weeks, so 80 hours. So according to the time, they have a decided rate per hour, you get the money. And
Hmm.
university job is so that after you start, again, okay, so after you start the university, you need to be in contact with the professors, you need to make contacts with the people who are in charge of college. And if you
Hmm.
communicate with them in German, if you start sending them emails in German, they start recognizing you. And it
Hmm.
can be so that they are impressed that a foreign student is putting so much effort, and that too in German. So they might get
Hmm.
impressed, and they might give you a assistantship or some
Okay.
kind of work in college, so you can earn money through that also.
Okay, great, great. That means again, we are stressing that you must know the language. If you know the language, then your life is better because you are in a foreign country as it is, and these people are very proud of their language. Usually, they don't bend down. They don't say okay. What we say, ठीक है आपको हिंदी नहीं आता तो हम आपसे इंग्लिश में बात कर लेते हैं, आपको मराठी नहीं आती तो कोई बात नहीं हम आपसे इंग्लिश में बात कर लेंगे, but they don't say that. They say that if you want to talk to me because you are in my country, please talk in my language. So
Yes.
that is the case with them. That's what we have understood. So
Mhm.
how is student college? Let us move back to the studies. That how is student college? What is the system? What are the lectures happening? Because as I understand, do you have physics, chemistry, maths as your subjects? Because it's a bridge course or a foundation course, we can say. A bridge between, because we understand that in Germany, every student who is going to an engineering college or a bachelor's degree has got 13 years of education before he enters into his bachelor's. And we as
Mhm.
Indians have 12th board or 12 years of education before we enter bachelor's. And therefore, this 13th year, we have to bridge by a foundation course or a bridge course, which they call as student college. Correct? So,
Yes.
so
Yes.
the subjects taught in the student college are different. What are they? Or they are at the level of 12th standard itself, physics, chemistry, maths, German language, or whatever. What is your take on that?
So basically, your course or the curriculum of your student colleague totally depends on what you want to do in your bachelor's. There are different kinds of student colleague. If you want to do your bachelor's in engineering field, then you have physics, chemistry, mathematics, computer science as your subjects. If you want to do a degree in business, you have economics, you have statistics, and you want to become a doctor, then you have different subjects. So it totally
Hmm.
depends. And
Hmm.
about the difficulty level, I would explain it as 11th and 12th added, plus some added difficulty. So
Okay.
for us Indians, it should not be that difficult. It is normal.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is like a normal college, 11th, 12th college in India. The
Junior
student
college,
college
we
is.
say whatever
Yeah,
we say as junior college. So the level of syllabus is almost similar to 10th plus 12th and something extra. That's what you want
exactly.
to say. Okay.
Yes.
And German language is taught there, or all those subjects are taught in German language? What happens?
So mostly, I would say 95% of the times the student colleague is in German. You need to do
Mm-hmm.
it in German. But luckily, I found my field. business and engineering, and I found that I can do a bridging course in English as well. So I did my
Oh,
student colleague in English.
great, great.
So
So that was a great find that some specific engineering branches you can do your student college in English also.
yes, for
Okay,
example, business engineering, mechatronics. Mechatronics is a really famous course right around there. You
okay.
can do logistics, robotics. Yeah,
So these branches, if you are doing your engineering, then your student college can happen in English.
absolutely.
That means it would be much easier for the students because they've already studied the portion in 11th and 12th in here in India, and the same thing, almost similar thing they are doing there. What is the methodology of teaching, Soham? What difference did you find in Indian teaching system and German teaching
Okay, so it was very similar to what I expected. The education in India is really theoretical, and in
system?
Germany, it is a lot practical compared to India.
Okay.
You in India, you are taught about machines from the book. In Germany, you actually work on that machines, and you are being taught by business leaders like BMW, Schaeffler.
Mm-hmm.
The professors come. There are guest lectures who come from these companies with their mechanical paths, and they practically show you that this is the part we are talking about. You need to do like this. There is always a practical approach to things, so that after
Mm-hmm.
our studies, the transition from studies to job should not be so difficult.
So student college also you were having a similar experience?
In some things, yes, but it is basically 11, 12, so you don't need so much of and stuff.
Hmm. So right now we are tracking student college. So after student college, you have studied in English medium student college. Then you appeared
Yes.
for any exam. Are there any exams after that? The
At the end of
FSP.
yes. Okay, so after the end of the student colleague, there is an exam. As I told you, FSP. It is basically the uh, course that you learned in your student colleague, summarizing
Mhm,
everything.
mhm,
So you give a FSP. It is a moderate difficulty level. Generally, Indians can manage that. You need to study, obviously,
mhm,
but it is
mhm,
not so difficult, particularly for the Indians. So
mhm,
you give that FSP and you get a score, a German
mhm,
score, and then
mhm,
you send your bachelor's university or student colleague score and your 12th standard score. Then
mhm,
they give you a cumulative score, and on the
mhm.
basis of that, you get admission in a university.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
you are going to the same university from which you have gotten admit in India when
Yes.
you were here. So if I go back in the timeline, during your 11th December or Jan, you had started application to the universities, and then you, after you fully passed your 12th standard, then you did your German language proficiency in India. After that, you moved to Germany, you studied your student college in English, then you passed your FSP, and now you have submitted your scores, your 12th board exam scores, your FSP scores to the university where you are going to do your bachelor's. Because
Yes.
right till date you were having a conditional admit letter, and now it is being finalized that yes, whatever conditions they have put forth, that you must pass your student college, that you have done, and now your regular engineering will start. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. So, right now, what are you doing? Have you passed your student college? Where are you right now? You are in your first year engineering. What are you doing? And how much is the duration of this particular course which you are doing?
So I have already completed and passed my student colleague in the month of August 2020,
Okay.
and
Okay.
from October I have started my bachelor's in business and engineering, and currently I'm giving my first semester exams.
First semester exams. So, the
Yeah.
course is semester wise.
Yes, it is semester wise. It is a 3
Mhm.
to 3.5 year course. I have seven
Okay.
semesters, which are
You have
extendable.
7 semesters, which are okay. Now,
Yeah.
what is the again the teaching methodology in an engineering college? You told us that they are more practical oriented. So, what is
Yes.
the nature of the exams? After every semester, you have to appear for exam,
Yes. Like
or
in India, we have mid-sems exams.
Mhm.
But in Germany, there is no such thing. You only have one exam, which is after the semester, and
Okay,
it is like an exam, normal exam.
normal exam. So there are
Yeah.
no continuous assessment like every week test and unit test and like this. There is nothing like that. At the end of the semester, you will be having a cumulative exam on all the portion covered.
Yes, they don't have exams in between, but they will have activities like they will take presentations from you. They'll take projects. There are
Mhm.
small different things, but not exams.
But not exams. So, what is the schedule of your college? For how many hours you have to go to your college? And how does the traveling happen? Is it a 5 day week or a 6 day week or a 7 day week? Does your professor call you on a Sundays also, or what happens exactly?
In Germany, everything is a 5 day week, almost everything. You have holidays on Saturday and Sunday. The schedule depends from day to day. There is different schedule on different day. The classes start differently on some day, on different time on the other day. I would say basically 4 to 5 hours every day you need to attend college. There are some
Mhm.
days when you don't need to attend your college at all. It depends what subjects you have taken in which semester.
True.
And on Saturday and Sundays, you completely have to do nothing. Nobody has
Mm-hmm.
the right to take work from you at that time. It is really illegal to make someone work during the holidays there. So
Okay.
not like in
Okay.
India.
That's a big difference from Indian culture or what we do here. So right now, now when you get an admit letter from university, now you can work part time officially.
Yes, yes, I can
Okay,
officially work.
you can officially work part time, and
Mhm.
the cost of living can be managed now, or every year you have to put new money in your block account, or the same money continues, or what happens?
Again, this thing again depends from city to city. You can manage your expenses but sometimes to do your visa extension, they might need more money into your account. It is, it is not something which I can explain to you in giving some common
Okay,
example because it is so different.
so different.
So
Okay,
basically, like if I speak about expenses, then you can easily manage your expenses doing a part-time job.
doing a part time job. Okay.
Yeah.
Now coming back to you personally, what is your role model or motivator in your life?
Motivator has always been and will always be my father because
Mm-hmm.
he's really a role model because he has always allowed me to do things that I want. His speaking skills, the way he does his business, I really admire that, and I wish like I become like him in the future.
Okay. So where do you see yourself 10 years from now? You
I
see
see
yourself in
myself.
Germany?
I don't know. I don't exactly know right now. I hope so. I can see myself in Germany. I
Mm-hmm.
plan on going back to India. It is
But
just the start of my bachelor's. We'll see what happens.
what happens? We don't know how
Yeah.
the course will turn out to be finally, isn't it?
Yes.
But
Yes.
professionally, where do you see yourself? You plan to do your masters, or you plan to work after your? Have you decided, or you'll do how the flow takes you to?
I'll do how everything flows. I would like to
Mm-hmm.
do a master's. It is
Mm-hmm.
always good to enhance your knowledge in a particular field. But
Mm-hmm.
again, it's just the start of my journey. Let's see what happens.
Okay, let's see what happens. Okay.
Hmm.
So, Soham, now we are near to concluding. What advice would you give? How much hassles can be reduced if you talk to someone who is expert out there with all the procedural requirements? Because there are very heavy procedural and documentation requirements per se. Because Germans are very specific in documentation.
Yes.
So, what would you advise that a person should do it independently, or he must take advice from someone who is proficient there?
Everything can be done independently, but talking about bachelor's, as a 12th standard student, you really don't have knowledge about anything. So I would
Mhm,
absolutely suggest you to contact someone who has proper information, who can guide you properly regarding things. And
mhm,
if you're someone who really wants to go to Germany, you need to take your steps carefully. You need to do everything carefully. So you need a guide who can take you through everything. If you have taken that decision, then really good. It is the best place you can ever be for an bachelor's program compared to India. It is the best decision you can ever take in your life. There will be some difficulties emotionally and all, but once you overcome that, it is a lot of fun and you get a lot of different experience.
So we are flashing some email IDs and some phone numbers whereby you can contact. I'm telling this to viewers. If at all anyone wants to know more and wants any advice, then they can contact on these phone numbers or these email IDs. And yes, we will be very happy to help you out or tell whatever we know out there. Now, Soham, any advice to your juniors?
Okay, so I would really like to summarize the conversation we have had. I have only spoken about one thing, and that is German. You
Mm-hmm.
have time right now. Learn German, learn German, learn German. This is the only thing I would suggest to you, because I cannot stress this enough. You know, once you are in Germany, you would really appreciate yourself that you have learned German, because it is so easy. I can see my friends who have not done A1. They need to take. They ask me to come with them for minor things like getting a internet pack or getting a SIM card, to buy things in supermarket, to go into the bank. So you're always dependent on someone if you don't know the language. So the first thing is learn German. The second thing is look after yourself carefully. You need to read the contracts which you are doing, because
Hmm.
it is not so that it is Germany, frauds don't happen there. It is also common in Germany. There are really huge amount of frauds. So you need to be careful. You need to read the contracts, and again you need German for that, because the contracts are in German. And yeah, study well.
Great, great, great. So this is the insight, very important insight we have today got from you, Soham, because it is very important to listen what actually happens from a person who is out there doing that, facing the situation. Because sitting in India and advising someone doesn't make any sense. But if a person who is out there have done that and is doing, so it was very great to get those insights from you, Soham. And I would advise each and everyone whosoever is listening to this program to contact on the given phone numbers if you want to have more advice or more insights, or if you want to understand more about a country called Germany, because it's a very good destination per se with regards to the quality of education. It's tremendous, and as all of you know, Germany is the hub of technology. So, but apart from that, there are many streams in which Germans are progressing like anything. They are offering good education. Their faculty is great, because, as he has also stressed, and we also know that government is putting in too much of money for the research, and therefore the professors out there and the students out there are very inclined on research. And there are prime universities, they are called as TU9s. So if you want to have admission in TU9s, German is absolute necessary, because it's a German taught university and their ranking is very high. They are better than Indian IITs. So explore Germany. That's what I would suggest everyone out there. So, Soham, it was good talking to you. Hope to track your journey when you enter your masters. So, in the meanwhile, for next 3 to 3.5 years, yes, we'll be in contact, and maybe we'll talk to you again when you enter your masters or you get a hands-on job or something like that. We'll definitely like to talk to you. Okay. So,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having
good
me
day.
here.
Good day. Good day. Good day. Thank you.
Thank you.